not stop and talk to anyone on the street about last week's event in Riyadh. Of course, the undisputed heavyweight world championship. What a night for boxing there. And of course, this week, by far and away, the biggest British fight of the year. 11,000 packed into the First Direct Arena in Leeds, live on DAZN around the world for an epic moment. As I said, the biggest British fight of the year, the rematch between Josh Taylor and Jack Catterall. 2 years on from the undisputed clash up in Scotland, the controversy, the build-up, the animosity, the hatred, whatever you want to call it, it will be settled in the ring on Saturday night. Delighted to be promoting this event, of course, with our friends at Top Rank as well. This event live on ESPN in America, DAZN in the UK, and all around the world as well. Great to see people working together to make the fights happen. And as I said, a flag in the sand moment for British boxing to say we are here and we are back with a massive occasion and an incredible atmosphere on Saturday in Leeds. Before we speak to the teams, I'm going to pass over to the head of DAZN Boxing, Alfie Sharman, to say a few words off the back of an incredible week last week and, of course, next week in Riyadh as well.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Eddie, and hi, everyone. It's great to be here. As Eddie says, we're in an unbelievable stage for our boxing business at DAZN. Obviously, here we are again in another major fight week. I agree, one of the biggest fights of the year domestically and beyond. You know, the month that's passed alone, we've had Haney Garcia, Canelo Munguia, and then, of course, seeing Alexander Usyk be crowned as the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, all in a month. And here we are again with, for me, perhaps one of the picks of the bunch. This is a proper domestic monster of a fight. It's the type of us fight fans love to see made. This isn't a fabricated beef or a story that's been made up to sell tickets. You know, it's quite widely accepted that these two gentlemen don't necessarily see eye to eye, and as the tagline suggests a lot more explicitly, the hate runs deep, it is personal, and there's a score to settle. In one corner we have Josh Taylor, possibly the greatest Scottish boxer of all time, and in the other Jack Catterall, a brilliant fighter who's on a very good run since his last fight with Josh, and possibly has you know, a wrong to right on Saturday. I wish both men, both warriors, the very best of luck on Saturday night. This is what boxing is all about for me and for us at DAZN. We cannot wait, so join us ringside, live, exclusively on DAZN. Enjoy, part of your subscription, and thanks very much.
Thanks, Alfie. Although we'll go to Jack before Josh, I know Sam always feels we start with him. So, Tom, I'm going to start with you and maybe more of a calming note from yourself. Last time you were fantastic, you and Sam going at it. Obviously, we're a couple of days away now. Big moment for your man. Every member of every team, each team, is adamant that their man wins this fight. No exception from you as well, but a big moment. Looking forward to a great atmosphere in Leeds on Saturday.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I can't wait for Saturday now. This has been 2 years in the making. A lot of things have been said, and you know, ultimately we're just a matter of hours away now from it all kicking off. And yeah, we can't wait. We're obviously very confident in Josh. Jack's team obviously very confident in him, and I think that's going to make for a fabulous fight. I think, you know, Alfie just said it there, that this is really like a landmark fight in the calendar this year, in what is a phenomenal calendar for boxing. And you know, from my perspective, we're just incredibly grateful to Matchroom, DAZN, Top Rank, ESPN for not only making this fight happen, but obviously, you know, in light of the unfortunate postponement, making sure that this could be put back on as soon as possible. You know, there's a lot of work that went into that, making that happen in a very short space of time as well. So yeah, I can't wait for Saturday night. You know, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, we saw on the Make the Days Count documentary, you were the man to deliver that news to Sam Jones. What was that like at that moment? Obviously, you know, we wanted and worked towards that original date. You had to phone Mr. Jones as well. 4 weeks, not the end of the world, but obviously also disappointing and tough call to make to a team in this kind of build-up.
100%. I think we were very conscious of the fact that the first fight that had been scheduled for last year fell through like a breakdown in communication. So as soon as within the hour of us getting notified by the doctor that it wasn't foreseeable that he could fight on the scheduled date, the decision was made to obviously notify yourselves, but simultaneously notify Jack's team. We didn't want to lose that communication. We didn't want to not be transparent. Obviously, it was an issue on our side, and we knew that it wouldn't go down well as well. It's to be expected. You know, everyone's in the middle of camp. So that was the thinking behind it, and obviously I think it was just purely fortuitous that your cameras were there in Tenerife to capture it all. So yeah, it was just, like I say, it was really important that we did that, and I felt like we handled it in the right way, as best as we possibly could.
And finally, Great buzz, this fight, great moment for everybody, fired up, ready to go, looking forward to Saturday night. No doubt, in your mind, your man will be triumphant in Leeds.
100%, I've no doubt in my mind. I think it's going to be a great fight. I think both men have got points to prove for different reasons. I think Jack is going to put on a much better performance than he did in the first fight. I think he's developed as a fighter, and I think Josh is going to show the world exactly why he got to the top of the sport. And I think those ingredients make for a fantastic fight, and the fact that it's part of the subscription on DAZN for so many people to just watch as well is phenomenal. And I'd actively encourage anybody who's not got plans Saturday night to make sure they watch this fight, because it's going to be a barnstormer.
Thanks, Tom. Sam, welcome. One man who will be very emotional on Saturday night himself, I'm sure, is yourself, in the build-up, on the night, in the moment. Obviously, very close with Jack Catterall. It's a massive moment in his career as well. Yeah. Couple of days away now. Yeah. We've been through the delay, that phone call as well, and ready to go for a brilliant event for British boxing.
Yeah, look, it's a relief that it's finally here now, and it's finally going to get put to bed on Saturday. Yeah, it was disappointing, and you feel things straight away when you get that type of news, and it's not ideal for Jack, not ideal for Josh either. But one thing is for certain, I believe you're going to get a conclusive winner on Saturday, and it's going to be Jack Catterall. He's been looking on fire in the gym. I've been in the gym watching him spar. He's been, I would say, probably one of the best camps he's ever had, if not the best. He's ready to put this to bed on Saturday and put on a conclusive performance. That
period of delay, knowing your man, I don't think 4 weeks is really going to affect anyone, but you think benefits Josh that extra time in training camp, or you expect both guys to be at the peak of their powers?
I don't think it benefits either, because listen, Josh has been out the ring for I think nearly a year now, so it's not ideal for him either. It's not ideal for Jack, but the bottom line is we're finally here now. The fight is sold. It's a fantastic fight. The turnout's fantastic. The tickets are all sold, and this is what we want to see. It's the biggest British fight of the it's the biggest domestic fight of the year by a mile, in my opinion. And we're finally here. We're finally going to get there. And listen, Josh, for me, like what I said before many times, he's the best Scottish fighter ever, in my opinion, from what he's achieved. But that's his kryptonite right there, and you're going to see Jack Catterall with his hand raised like he should have been in the first fight.
Finally, both teams very, very confident in their man. What gives you the confidence, and how do you see the fight playing out on Saturday?
Just the way Jack is. He takes everything. He's so calm, cool and collected. The way he's sparred in this camp, he's really got that bit between his teeth, and Jack feels he's got a point to prove in this fight. So there's no belts on the line. This is just all about pride and settling a score. And Jack Catterall's going to win this fight on Saturday night.
Jamie, welcome. Obviously a part of that first fight, which I guess they've shared 12 rounds already together, but pales into insignificance. Really, it's all about Saturday night now. Pleased with the preparation, pleased with the camp from your man, and confident going into a massive fight on Saturday.
Absolutely, yeah. And, in many ways, we've got to forget about the first fight, because, Josh has said many times that, he overlooked Jack, and we have to take that on, as gospel. So if that was the case, then we go into the fight expecting the very best Josh Taylor. And I said it a couple of times in fight week last time, my confidence in Jack isn't from me not having respect for Josh as a fighter. He's in knowing what Jack's capable of, and he's improved since the first fight. I've just done an interview now, and people are asking me, do you think Josh is past his best? Absolutely not. I don't think losing to Teofimo Lopez is a gauge to say that someone's past the best. It's insane to say that. But my confidence is in Jack Catterall. I'm not really concerned about anything else, because I know what he's done, I know how he's prepared, and he's ready to go.
Obviously, the first fight was an intriguing one. It was a little bit cagey at times. A lot of people feel this fight might be different. Obviously, no belts on the line, huge amount of animosity, pride as well. Sometimes, some might say careers at the world level as well. Expect this one to be a more active fight.
Yeah, fight week last time caught fire sort of right towards the end, and that was probably what ignited this little bit of a feud as it's gone on. But this is a blessing for these fighters. Looking from the outside box, looking in, you live for this. As a fighter, when you're growing up and you're looking at pro boxers, you want that type of rivalry. You want needle, and this is what these guys live for. So, you know, in years to come, they'll look back and they'll appreciate it. But at this moment in time, you know, they just want to get in there and fight each other. But this is what boxing is all about. There's nothing more I love than a British rivalry.
Obviously, yourself been involved in some great British rivalries as well, and as a trainer, some huge nights. But this right up there, obviously,
Absolutely.
The pain of that defeat a couple of years ago. This is a massive moment in your career as well.
Yeah, of course, but like I said at the beginning, you have to forget about the first fight. You can't take emotion into a fight, because if you do, then you're fighting wrong. You have to be cool, calm, collected, and Jack's is a hybrid. He sort of adapts to whatever's in front of him, and you know, I believe Josh is going to try something different, and if he does, then we're ready for it.
Joe, welcome. Might try something different on Saturday night. We'll see. But big moment, you know, for you as well, and Josh. I know the nights that you love to be a part of as well, the needle, the bad blood, but more importantly, two great fighters. We expect a great moment for British boxing on Saturday night.
Exactly, Ed. You know, what a magnificent, you know, fantastic show for these two to put up. As Jamie just stated there, it's you know, one of the biggest shows of this year, and I'm expecting a magnificent contest. A vintage Josh Taylor performance, a good victory, and I just hope and pray that there is no controversy. The fight isn't stop and start, and the referee can handle the occasion. You know, he's not underqualified for it, the low blows, because, as I've said on an interview previously, I think Jack massively underperformed in the first fight. Also Josh. I hope they get both to show the best of their abilities and give a fantastic performance for the fans. And I can see nothing. Josh Taylor turns up Saturday night, he comes away with a nice victory.
Same question that I said to Jamie as well. Obviously, first fight was cagey at times in there. Both guys longer in the tooth now. Must win for both. No belts on the line. Expect it to be a more fiery encounter in the ring as well.
Yeah, I thought the first fight was shit, to be fair. But, you know, the both of them, it was messy, it was scrappy. Jack landed nice single counters and Josh forced the fight, throwing combinations. I'm expecting this one to be a lot cleaner. They know each other well, and who can implement themselves on the man, follow instructions and implement the strategy, you come away victorious. And I can see nothing but a Josh Taylor win. Yeah, you know, it'll ignite. I'm expecting Mr. Catterall to start a lot more aggressive. Could that play into Josh's hands? Maybe so, maybe not. But he's prepared, this man to my left is prepared for every scenario. He's been there before. He's achieved every accolade in the sport, and I'm excited for a good performance of him.
When anyone suffers a defeat, we talk about, you know, is the decline there? Is it the end of the road? You see him up close and personal every day. Josh Taylor still got it and ready to put in a career best performance on Saturday.
100%, Ed. You know, what he's doing in the gym, all he's got to do, he's sparred fantastic. Take him to the arena Saturday. And as Jamie's just noted on, you know, this is what's fucked up with the sport now. A guy will get a no, and it's the end of the line, they're finished. It's not that way. Thankfully for you as a promoter, you've sort of eradicated that module, and, you know, there's a road back for fighters to come again as long as they're putting a good performance in. He's lost against Tiafimo. There was a few issues behind it, but the past is the past. And it'll make him a better fighter Saturday, and, you know, he's certainly showing everything I want to see in the gym. And if he turns up Saturday and does the same as he's been doing the past 10 weeks, we're in for a good night of boxing.
Jack, the time is nearly upon us. I bet you thought it would probably never come, but it is here. Small delay. Massive moment for you, massive moment for your career, massive moment for your family, everything. Biggest moment of your life comes Saturday night. Chance for you to right the wrongs, and you're ready to go on Saturday night in Leeds.
Yeah, I'm ready now. We've had the delays, the setbacks, but it's fight week. We're here in Leeds. It's exciting, and I've done all the hard work, and we're less than, we're 2 days away now from fighting, so very real and very much looking forward to it.
Sometimes when we have this kind of build-up, you know, the Thursday press conference is quite low-key, quite chilled. Is it about keeping your composure going into this fight? I mean, the first two press conferences, you guys were at each other's throats. Now, no point in exerting that energy. Make weight tomorrow and get the job done.
Yeah, I think we both know what stands in front of us now. We're fighting Saturday. All the talking's done. We've had the build-up. The fight's sold. obviously we don't see eye to eye. I think we're both ready to make weight and fight now.
What sort of fight do you expect on Saturday? Last time up in Scotland, great performance from you as well, but as I said, the pair of you longer in the tooth now. A lot of fans expecting a more active fight.
Yeah, I think, like Joe said then, I watched the first fight. I didn't rate it that much. I thought I beat him, and I beat him comfortably. I think I underperformed. Maybe Josh did as well. But we've prepared for the best version of Josh, and I feel like over these last 2 years I've improved as a fighter. I've been in the gym. I've not stepped foot out of the gym. I've been learning, developing, taking myself away, sparring, etc. So expect a better fight Saturday. Emotions aside, I think I'm the better fighter, and I'm going to show that on Saturday night.
Obviously, people talk about what's next for the winner. I think, judging by the profile of this fight, I know both of you guys are fixed on Saturday night. This fight shown all around the world, huge audience as well. The winner's going to land himself a massive, massive fight. But for you, absolute must-win.
It's a must-win Saturday. That's where all my energy is focused to. I don't want to talk about what's after this. I know you've got a great division at 140 and there's a lot of big fights to be made, and that's an exciting prospect. But right now, all I can think about is beating Josh on Saturday.
And finally, I don't think you'll mind me saying, when I was doing an interview earlier, they asked me for a prediction. And you said Catterall stoppage round 7 to 9. Still stand by that? You believe you'll take this man out on Saturday
I believe
night?
I can take him out Saturday.
Josh, welcome. Again, sometimes when you reach this moment, both fighters, they don't really want to do a press conference. They want to go away, do their work, make weight, and prepare for war on Saturday night. 2 days away. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good, Eddie. Enjoying the week, enjoying the press conferences, enjoying all the media. Yeah, it's good. It's just another fight week, and on Saturday it's just another fight, and a fight that I'm looking forward to putting all this to bed and moving on with my career and proving that the last time was just an off night. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Saturday now. Can't wait.
Joe's interesting comments, and I think we see it a lot in boxing. One defeat at elite level and you're done, you're finished,
yeah.
You know, you're written off. You feel like there's huge nights ahead of you. We know how strong the landscape is at 140 as well. We know how big this fight is in terms of its profile as well. This is going to put you right back in contention for all the huge world championship fights at 140.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at the history of boxing. All the great fighters of the past have taken defeats and come back and won world titles again. You know, just because you take one defeat doesn't mean you're a finished fighter. I think that's where boxing's taken a turn for the worse, because when a fighter takes a loss, everybody goes, he's finished and stuff like that. But things like the UFC, there's fighters that have got 20 fights and 10 losses and that, but they're still at the top of the game and still fighters. Just because you take a loss doesn't mean you're a bad fighter. So I still feel like I'm at the top of the game. And on Saturday I take care of business, and I'm back into the picture for winning my titles back.
You appreciate this fight's getting made because of the narrative, you know,
yeah.
the bad blood, of course, the first fight, the animosity, etc. But at the same time, for everything you've achieved in the sport, will be nice to put a line through this chapter of people saying to you,
yeah.
you know, I didn't think you won that fight, or he won that fight, and your opportunity to just really erase that conversation come Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, just put it all to bed. You know, it's been a long 2 years. You know, we've been around talking about this fight for 2 years. You know, the delays and injuries and stuff like that. But you know, my health comes first. My health is paramount. So I'd just like to say thank you to you guys when I did say about the postponement, for getting it done nice and quickly and sharply, and only making it 4 weeks later. So thanks for getting it done nice and promptly. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, can't wait for Saturday now.
Same question that I asked both trainers, the fight that you expect on Saturday. We know both calm at the moment. Weighing, I'm sure, will be a little livelier. Saturday will be wild in there. You're talking about, you know, a few thousand Scots coming down, yeah. Half of Chorley, Manchester, Leeds, London. It's going to be wild in there on Saturday night. Emotions running high. Expect a much better fight around this time. Everyone feels like this could really catch fire.
Yeah, I hope so. You know, the last fight was a stinker from the both of us. You know, Jack doing a lot of holding and spoiling, slowing the pace down. I was very poor as well. So I believe the two of us can be a lot better, and it'll be a better fight for the fans and the spectators on Saturday as well. So yeah, I feel it's going to be a great fight in a barnstormer. And the arena, I was in there obviously on Monday. And wow, I've got a bit of a surprise, you know, it's right on top of you. So it's going to be a great experience and a great atmosphere in there. I'm looking forward to it. And
that gives you the hope of a great fight by the man to my left predicting a stoppage in the fight between round 7 and 9. Does that surprise you, or
yeah,
give you good hope that this is going to be an aggressive fight?
Yeah, good. Let him think that. If he wants to do that, great. absolutely fantastic. Music to my ears.
And how do you win this fight on Saturday?
I don't really care how I win this fight, whether it's by points or stoppage. The way I've been performing in the gym, the shots I've been throwing and catching people with, if I catch them with these shots, it'll be over. It'll really be devastating for them, but we'll see what happens. But it's just a win for me.
And finally, as I said to him, for all the fights you want in the future, for the rivalry, must win for Josh Taylor on Saturday night.
Yeah, this is a must win. This is one for bragging rights, and this is one to say, I told you I'm better than you, so yeah, can't wait.
Well, we can't wait to see it. In Leeds on Saturday night, as I said, 11,000 sold out the First Direct Arena, live on DAZN around the world in the UK, ESPN in America. Massive fight, massive moment for British boxing. The fight of the year so far as Josh Taylor rematches Jack Catterall. Don't miss it wherever you are. We're going to have a face-off and we'll be weighing them in tomorrow at 1 p.m. Everyone welcome. We'll see you for a great night on Saturday in Leeds. Thank you.